We're now sitting here in Club Santa with Pete Slater, who's been part of Club Santa training camps and also done triathlons many years. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Can you please tell a little bit about yourself? How you become involved with triathlon and what was your background at all?
Yeah, it's a very long time I've been in triathlon. I actually started in 1988, which seems a very long time ago. So I come from a very sporty family. Football and cricket, England was my background. But luckily, as a child, I used to swim. In the mid-80s, I had a couple of broken legs and foots and thought, it's time to try something new. And some friend of mine just suggested, why don't you have a go at this sport of triathlon? So me being me, just thought, okay, let's have a go. So like most people, I started and trained for a sprint distance event. Actually did quite well because my swimming was strong once I got back swimming, and then progressed, did Olympic distance and then half Ironman distance, and then in 1990 another crazy friend of mine suggested having a go at Ironman. So I actually thought, yeah, why not? So I entered Roth in 1990, did my first Ironman there, 9 hours and 50 minutes, and to my surprise I qualified for Kona. So first Ironman, qualified for Kona, so luckily I went to Kona in 1990 and 1991, and yeah, training for Ironman is not easy. So in 1990, on old steel bikes and not very technical equipment, I managed to go 10 hours and 12 minutes in Hawaii and was just outside the first 100 finishers. And then 12 months later, put all this training together, but if things don't go quite right on the day, 12 months later I went 1 minute faster, 10 hours 11. So it was like, okay, yeah, but it was an enjoyable experience. So yeah, I've been doing triathlon for 27 years now. It's fantastic because it's enabled me to go to lots of places and meet lots of exciting people like yourselves, and obviously I've been to Estonia a couple of times to race your races out there, which is absolutely fantastic as well.
Well, you mentioned listening to your story, you kind of having a really good talent for triathlon then, because having a qualification from the first go, it's really impressive. I also know that you had this nice plan and what you executed as well, doing triathlon 20 years after in Hawaii. How this one worked out?
Yeah, I kind of was getting older and thought, there's a lot of people doing triathlon and getting faster and faster and qualifying for Kona, and a few people said to me, back in 1990 it was a lot easier to qualify. So I thought, well, can I race again and see, can I actually get myself up there and qualify again? So yeah, I decided in 2010, so it was 20 years since I first went to Kona, I would try and qualify again. So I entered Lanzarote, which is one of the hardest triathlons there is, Ironmans, but also one of the best in terms of just support and atmosphere on the day is absolutely amazing. So I raced in Lanzarote here in 2010, managed to finish 6th in my age group in 10 hours 20 and qualified for Kona. So then I really set my stall out then and thought, right, let's go back to Kona 20 years later, and can I actually go faster? A few things that sprung to mind as to why I should be able to go faster. One was bike technology, so bike equipment and aero bikes and everything has moved on immensely over the last 20 years. So I thought, if you get your nice aero time trial bike, nice fast wheels, get your position sorted, get good clothing, aero clothing, then that will be a big benefit. And then probably the most significant thing was nutrition, because nutrition over the last 20 years, particularly sports nutrition, has changed massively. So it just allows you, with the products that are around about these days, you can hydrate and fuel your energy, not only during the race, but in training as well, so you can recover quicker, so you can do better quality training. So you put all this together using technical sports nutrition products, but also getting your diet as well right. It's not always just about using energy drinks, energy bars, gels. They're fantastic for when you're training, but you have to get your diet and proper food right as well. So the combination of bike technology and nutrition in Kona in 2010, luckily I went just short of 20 minutes faster than 20 years ago. I think it was 19 minutes and 40 seconds faster. So to me it proved that age is not necessarily a barrier to performance. and the more you look after yourself nutritionally and training, then I think you can keep the performances going for quite a lot longer. So certainly I would think mid-50s to 60s you can still keep a really high level of performance. Once you get to 60, it may be a little bit harder to keep that performance going, but if you do things correctly, then yeah, age is not a barrier as far as I see it, so you got to get your nutrition right in all aspects.
Well, I remember last year we were racing together here in Harmelandsroth, and I got to feel the same feelings that I was trying to do my best, and unfortunately my wheels came off, and then I saw you running by and just smiling and having a good race and just enjoying it, and that was a good proof that you have to know your numbers and to know what you're doing, and have a nice plan and stick on it.
Yeah, we've obviously worked together on quite a few training camps, and one of the big things I probably said 5 or maybe 7, 8 years ago that you picked up was knowing your numbers. So in terms of what is your weight, your body fat percentage, what is it now, what would you like to be for race day, what is your power output or heart rate that you can work at and keep a good pace at on the bicycle, and then on the run, heart rate and pacing is really important. There's all these nice watches these days, GPS watches. Back in 1990 it was just going on feel. There was heart rate monitors, and I had one of the very first heart rate monitors out there, but it was still a little bit of a game of knowing exactly what to do, whereas now there's a lot more things that you can do. So yeah, it was exciting racing you again last year. I think you passed me on the bike at about 70, 80 kilometres, and it was quite a windy day. And then yeah, I saw you going out of T2, and you looked at me and thought, oh no, he's a little bit closer than I want him to be. And yeah, we had a good little battle on the run, and fortunately the old man won that day.
You had a really good race, and I was yeah, happy to see, and it's always good when you can actually race and enjoy it, and just enjoying the lifestyle and so on. But I wanted to ask just about what did you use for nutrition 20 years ago, 23, 4 years ago now, when you did first time Hawaii Ironman?
Yeah, all those years ago, there weren't very many products around. I think in Kona, Gatorade was the sponsor, so it was Gatorade, which is a little bit of energy in the drink, and on the bike it was bananas and cookies. So I can literally remember that on race day I had that many bananas that when I finished, I don't think I touched another banana for about 6 months, because I just could not stand the sight of them anymore. So nutrition wise, it was literally Gatorade the first time round and bananas. The second time I went, I was starting to get into the sports nutrition industry, so I did actually have some basic maltodextrin powder that I made my own energy drink for, which was good. But then in terms of on the bike as well, it was bananas again that year, unfortunately. So yeah, in 1991 was already experimenting with sports nutrition, the new things to go there. But nowadays the products that are available just make things so much easier. You certainly see the professional athletes and the really serious age groupers, they will race all day on gels and fluids, so hydration or energy drink and gels. Very few people at the pro end of the race will take solid food on board. Not many of them will have energy bars. They just don't take solid food on board. Gels and fluid all the way around is the way to go these days. If you're out there and it's just something to do, it's a challenge to finish, and you're out on the bike and you feel like you need to eat something solid, then fine, have something, But at the front end of the race, the technical sports nutrition products really do make a difference.
Well, I know quite well that you've been involved with sport nutrition many years, and now been involved with a nice new brand called OTE. And can you just walk us through what is the main difference or benefit which comes from nowadays sport nutrition against others?
OTE started just literally 2 years ago. So for those people out there that don't know, OTE stands for On the Edge. We had the opportunity to form a new company just over 2 years ago, so we sat down and thought, we don't just want to be another nutrition brand, we want to learn from what's been developed over the last 10, 15 years, and can we improve things more. So one of the big things that we did was we tried to make everything as natural as possible, so all the ingredients are as natural as you can get, so natural flavours, natural fruit juice flavours, every ingredient as truly as natural as you can get. We also wanted to make it very light on the stomach. So if you're only exercising for 1 to 2 hours, you take an energy drink, you probably don't get very much GI distress from it. But if you're doing 5 hours, so maybe the cyclists in long stage races, 5-6 hours, 6-7 litres of energy drink. People doing Ironman, 8, 9, 10, 15 hours, 8-10 litres of energy drink. You can get a lot of GI distress. So we made our energy drink pH neutral. So it's the first energy drink on the market that's just pH neutral. So it's very, very light on the stomach. So you can actually still keep putting the right amount of energy in throughout that 10, 12, 15 hours that you're doing, and it will be very, very light on the stomach. The same with the gels, they are fruit juice concentrate base, so they are very easy to take and deliver the energy that you need. So it was exciting to try and do these product developments, and could we actually do it, and thankfully we did manage to do that. So we've got some great products out there, and we're getting some great feedback from cycling teams and just general athletes that are using them, saying wow, the gels are really good, it's the first thing I've really been able to take. So, and I think there's going to be quite a few people racing Lanzarote on OTE gels this year, which is quite exciting really.
Okay, well, could you have one last advice for people who are going to race in Ironman this weekend? Just something which they could get help, or which would be really important.
There's a few things for me. First of all, enjoy it. I do Ironman because it's painful, but you actually enjoy it. So you do enjoy the pain and you enjoy the day. So yeah, really enjoy it. You know, your Try Smile company, smile and enjoy the event. That's fantastic. Once you're out there, it is about energy supply and hydration. So you need to keep hydrated, and you need to put the energy in as well. So supplementing between 60 to 80 grams of carbohydrate per hour, whatever form, whether that's in gels, energy drink or solid food, 60 to 80 grams of carbohydrate per hour. And just smile. And one of the biggest things a lot of people said to me, when you go under 10 hours for Ironman, they say, you know, what's your best discipline? They expect you to say swimming or biking or running, but I also say this is my best discipline. Mentally, you've got to be mentally prepared and mentally focused, and every professional, whether he's winning the race, and every age group, at some point during the day there will be a bad patch. Something will not be quite right, and this is where this bit comes in, to focus, refocus and think, I've done the training, I've done this, I can get through this bad patch. So those are the things really, mentally, hydration and energy supply, and enjoy it.
Well, thank you for that. And could we see you this year in Tri-Smile Triathlon as well, racing?
Yeah, there's a possibility that I will come to Otterpar again to race the Tri-Smile race. It is fantastic. Yeah, I've been there 3 times before, and I just love that hill on the run. It's absolutely, yeah, if you've not got sore legs before you get that hill, then you'll have sore legs afterwards, so that is fantastic. So yeah, we're going to look into the possibility of coming this year, because it is fantastic, and Estonian people are great.
Thank you so much, Pete, and it's great to chat with you, and good luck with all the camps and with your products.
Thank you.